Mark pulled on the rope with all his might, trying to inch closer to the sinking yacht. As he approached and entered the cabin, he discovered the water had already risen to neck level, and the vessel continued its descent. Hurriedly, Mark gathered the necessary items from inside before rushing back to the lifeboat. Upon his return, the yacht slipped beneath the waves. At that moment, Mark had no idea how long he could survive adrift in the vast ocean with only this tiny lifeboat. He opened his mysterious box to find an instruction manual and a locator device. Following the guide, he quickly learned how to operate the locator, suddenly feeling a glimmer of hope for rescue. However, misfortune struck again as a storm loomed on the horizon. Mark hastily zipped up the lifeboat just before the fierce winds began to rage outside. Gripping tightly, he endured the turbulent tossing until the boat capsized, threatening to plunge him into the depths. Holding his breath, Mark unzipped the boat underwater and swam out, desperately clutching the rope. With immense effort, he managed to flip the lifeboat back over and clambered aboard, covering his ears as he broke down, overwhelmed by the ordeal. Miraculously, Mark survived that harrowing night. He re-inflated the lifeboat and drained the seawater, growing ever closer to the shipping lanes. Starving, he attempted to eat some crackers for sustenance, but the dry biscuits proved difficult to swallow. Reaching for a cup of fresh water, he forgot to tighten the lid, allowing seawater to seep in. Under the scorching sun, he feared he might perish from thirst. Suddenly, a glance revealed a life-saving idea. In the blistering sunlight, plastic sheeting could condense tiny water droplets. Mark cut open a bucket, filled it with seawater, and covered it with plastic to collect the evaporating moisture, solving his freshwater problem. However, his food supplies had run out. Taking out a fishing line, Mark prepared to catch fish to stave off hunger. As he carefully reeled in a catch, a leaping shark snatched it away. Below the lifeboat, a menacing group of large sharks circled, keeping Mark confined inside, afraid to peek out. One night, a thunderous noise startled Mark awake. A cargo ship passed by, and he quickly fired off 2 signal flares. Despite illuminating the night sky, he failed to attract the crew's attention. Days turned into weeks as Mark drifted at sea, surviving on meager sips of fresh water, his hope of encountering other vessels dwindling as he veered off course. Despair consumed him. He penned his final words in a notebook, placing the message in a bottle and casting it into the ocean. That night, a light appeared on the horizon once more, but his flares were depleted. Tearing pages from the notebook, Mark set them ablaze in a bucket, hoping the flames would catch the distant ship's eye. As the fire grew insufficient, he tossed in the entire notebook, igniting the lifeboat itself. Leaping into the sea, Mark gazed at the night sky, filled with anger and helplessness. Ultimately, he relinquished his struggle, deciding to face death bravely. Just as the water was about to engulf him, a beam of light pierced the surface. Rekindled with hope, Mark summoned his last ounce of strength and swam upward with unwavering determination. Never give up until the very end, for perhaps the hand of hope will appear in the next second.